of Florida's strongest teams overall. But we're going to have another Florida team here, as everyone I'm sure knows. MVD and Esam, very seasoned Florida team, able to really keep it up with just the best of the competition out there right now.
Well, they're going to have to square off right now against Fuwa and Earth. Actually, I think this, from a synergy standpoint, Esam and MVD, they have the best friend synergy. But what about the married synergy here? That's the next level.
Well, it is next level, but on the other hand, MVD and Esam are practically married at this point. I've never, since I've seen, wow, great start. Ever since I've seen them teaming in Brawl, I have not seen them willingly pick another person as their team partner if they're both in attendance, like not once. So they're definitely in there as well.
They're Smash married.
Oh yeah, definitely. it's on bro love in a sense.
Oh yeah,
Smash
it's the I love you man.
Right.
I love it. Esam right now going deep off stage. Earth, however, the little retreat that he did there, just trying to escape the pressure from Esam and make it back onto the stage. One thing that was very critical to Fuwa on Earth in a previous set that I saw was just controlling the center stage, really, right? Controlling that ground. And not really getting juggled all that much. But what we've seen from Esam and MVD so far is that they do a great job opening them up. Esam holding onto the stock there, able to make it back in the clutches of time.
You know, Esam and MVD definitely take a lot of advantage over sandwiching their opponents. Not only that, but Pikachu's, all of Pikachu's throws are amazing for Cloud. It's honestly one of my favorite teams to watch because back throw has tons of time to set up. I've seen Pikachu go for back throw. In the middle of back throw, Cloud goes and throws at a Blade Beam because it's going to like interrupt and kill. Assuming the opponent's at kill percent for that. But like they're all super easy to get follow-ups out of. It's very straightforward, and the team composition right here with Cloud and Pikachu is going to take them a long way.
Yeah, they're making work happen. They're at a really high percent, but they're not playing like it at all. They're not scared. They're still able to find some good openings. However, Esam going to be the first member of this Florida team to find a stock loss.
Yeah, I mean, MVD is still at 124, and granted, it's 124, but MVD has always been that player that can just play really evasively at these high percents, making sure to hold on to it as long as possible, and he's probably going to do his best to at least get to use this limit here before wasting it, before dying.
It looks like he's actually starting to integrate some of the platforms actually as additional movement and escape options. Right there, though, surprising for
wow, got both, almost killing.
Oh, man, that was absolutely amazing. But that's the turnaround that MVD has, right? You think that he's just retreating, he's playing defensively, but he's really just positioning himself until he's at the perfect place to strike.
He definitely runs away a lot when he doesn't have his limit, as you see here. He's always one of the ones that are always advocating me not charging enough, and he's showing why. Like, having the limit is such a big deal here, but it also helps having Esam being so good at 2v1s.
How he's able to switch gears from defense to offense at a moment's notice, that's absolutely incredible. And like you're saying, these are players who are both seasoned, not only with Smash as a title, but also as a static team.
And Pikachu in general just, you know, does, like, Esam does very well in 2v1, but so does Pikachu. Very quick attacks, no pun intended, but very, very fast, very hard to punish, and can do really well at just playing around the single hitboxes that Lucina has to offer.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. A great follow, but actually a stock. So now Fuwa in a 2v1, and this is looking dire. No Florida puns intended. Though he did almost pull up an amazing 2v1, funny enough.
Absolutely. Oh gosh, we're going to have a really hard time for Fuwa to land here. It's always the worst situation whenever you're caught above two players as good as these guys are, especially when one of them has limit at this point. But at this point, like, I really think that they're going to be doing their best to just kind of stand around Fuwa, kind of let them fight out of their own situation, and then hit them forward, trying to do that, trying to get out, and gonna get that finishing touch. Lock up game one, very convincing. 3 stocks on the board still.
That's all you need, right? You're just waiting more than anything else, and that's again something I think that comes with a bit more seasoned play. Just knowing when you need to put the double team and when you could just wait for your proper moment. Wait for the alley-oop.
Wait for the opponent to try to push out of the situation. And they, at the end of the day, when you're in a 2v1 and you're the one, you kind of have to make a play happen. Like, you kind of have to pull something out of nowhere, in a sense, you know. And it's always very tough. And MVD and Esam are definitely some of the players that I would be surprised to see lose those 2v1 situations, assuming they're not already at super kill percent.
No, I completely agree.
They're very composed. They're aware of what any one person's able to do out of a situation, and if for whatever reason that person, like Esam, is in front and gets caught off guard, you have MVD's Cloud with limit right behind him.
It feels like there's a lot of trust there too, right? Just looking at a situation and being like, you know what? I trust my teammate. I trust in their abilities. I know that they can handle this 1v1 without me interfering whatsoever.
And then it's the other side. The trust goes both ways, really, because it's about the person being in front has that confidence, knowing their partner's behind them, and they have to be able to trust their partner to punish the opponent for hitting yourself, you know?
You know, I was actually about to pry and ask you what kind of changes we needed to see. Looks like we're seeing one right now. Earth known worldwide for being the best pit player on the planet.
Since Brawl.
Since
Brawl, it's been pretty consistent, and he's someone that's been innovating the character from day one, and just hasn't dropped it. It's very inspiring to see that kind of thing.
I completely agree. So what kind of changes can we expect? Maybe, you know, Corrin and Pit, drastically different characters.
So,
any ideas on what the swap could mean?
Okay, so I mean, Pit in general probably does okay, or a little bit better at actually potentially giving Cloud. You know, Pit definitely has a down B to kind of push Cloud away from the edge at lower, or any percent really, to make MVD have to, you know, recover in more awkward ways, maybe waste limit a little bit earlier than he's used to. We're going to also have to kind of see Earth and Fuwa just get more out of their hits. Like, we see such big conversions coming out of Esam and MVD, but we're not seeing like these, obviously Limit has a big deal with it, and I get that, but we need to see bigger things coming from Fuwa and Earth, whether it's an edge guard, whether it's just one hard read here or there. They need to get a hold of the lead early on to have a chance here today. Yeah,
earlier when I saw them, juggles were a really big part of their team play, and that can be really tricky whenever you're dealing with a team as good as MVD and Esam. Oh,
yeah, not only that, but juggles are amazing, but they're not that effective against Pikachu. Pikachu has probably the best disadvantaged state in the game, and when I say that, I mean when Pikachu's above you, you know, he's going to get away. Pikachu's going to get away. Wow, great up smash. Pikachu has to actually, you know, or can up B around you, and that pressure existing lets him kind of fall sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. You think that you have him set for a juggle, and he's able to just escape out of those clutches incredibly quickly. Right now, though, Esam, oh, man, there's a bit of a brawl actually on that corner, but he's able to sneak out, almost applied some great pressure there.
It's amazing how far out Esam can go with Pikachu so confidently and still be attacking, using a double jump, still attacking, and then recover fine. So, but that could be, wow. That could be something that Fuwa and Earth, you know, try to take a little bit more advantage of, is the fact that Esam is pushing out so much that when he recovers, it's a pretty straightforward recovery. He has to up B a certain way.
Yeah, I guess there's a bit of a double-edged sword there, isn't there?
Right. So we're going to have to see that, but MVD doing a great job of protecting Esam at all times also, at 120.
Ooh. MVD definitely the player to watch. I think the longer that he can hold on to this stock, it's going to pay off a lot. Having to use Limit there as a defensive maneuver, and it doesn't really even help as Earth is able to scoop up that kill.
Not only that, but that up smash was amazing for me to see, because it just straight up like destroyed Cloud's down air. It was right there out and existing, but I think he was able to hit him off the side, which is why he got it. Esam losing his second stock, being the first person to be left alone here at one stock.
This is actually really big. I guess I didn't realize how much of a difference the pick could really make, but it really is paying off significantly for the Japanese team here.
At the end of the day, it's also what I believe to be Earth switching to what his main, right? Like, so it could be just a matter of extreme comfortability, going to get that up smash and the kill, hitting Esam in the process.
And it looked like for a second Fuwa was trying to time her aerial to maybe reset the knockback from the up smash from MVD. But
right,
I think
try to save.
Maybe the extra charge that MVD did on that up smash may have thrown off the timing of it there.
Right. Oh, we're going to have that kill across stage, forward smash going to kill. I think it was like a 120.
And look at the screensavering. That was about to be just, you know, last stock for both players. MVD knocked out of the picture after that share stock, and now Esam in a 2v1. We talked about how Pikachu has a great disadvantageous state, but what about in the 2v1?
I mean, it's still definitely better off than what most characters can offer in being in the one-on-one situation here. And as you can see, he's able to literally push both players back with his quickness, and his forwarder is really good. Gets that down B, but still has two stocks to take care of here.
This is tough. I don't even know if you're Esam, who you focus on.
You just focus on who's in front of you. You know, you just try to bat him away, you try to play around them, quick attack around them, and try to really just not get caught, because your whole goal here is not to get grabbed, is the biggest one here.
And here's the other thing, right, is he's always going to be in this corner with that back throw that he's using. It takes time to execute, right? That's a benefit when you have a teammate, but in a 2v1, that gives your opponent more time to set up and punish.
Absolutely. It's going to be really hard for Esam to get any kind of big burst, you know, opportunity here with someone like Earth sitting right behind Fuwa.
The way that Esam's kind of playing with the ledge a bit too, right? Like the retreating down airs. Oh, how did he escape that scenario?
We're kind of seeing Fuwa get a little bit good side there. We're seeing Fuwa get a little bit nervous here. I saw her going for like forward smashes when she was one behind when they weren't necessarily clean punishes. So we're going to see if Esam's able to at least, able to play around that nervousness. I think it's building up as this match draws on.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially in a 2v1 as that draws on, right? The one builds momentum, but all the momentum in the world just can't set up or defend from a setup like that. Just the area that Fuwa was in, combined with just the hit that we saw from Earth, perfect 1-2 punch.
So some changes we saw in that match were, you know, MVD definitely didn't get the follow-ups that he had gotten as consistently as he got in the first one. He was forced off stage a couple more times than he would have liked, so he had to use his limit just to get back on stage. He didn't seem to spend too much amount of time running away and charging as he did in the first match. Maybe that's something he wants to look back into doing. And, you know, overall, they just didn't collect as much as they would have wanted to as compared to the first game. And that definitely did make a difference in those that stock count there at the end.
Absolutely agree. So if you're looking then, you know, counter pick advantage going in favor of Panda Global here.
We might see Diddy Kong coming from MVD. You know, it's no fun when you're Cloud getting forced to use your limit just to recover every time. It takes away the buzz of the character, you know. And it may be a matter of, you know, Cloud and Pit interacting strangely. Maybe it's a matchup he's less familiar with, less confident with. But we're going to see here if he sticks or switches.
I like this pick. I like this pick a lot. I think it gives him the breathing room necessary if he wants to play tactical, a bit more evasive. He can use those platforms, and beyond that.
Then they have the top platform as well, so the you know, the landing trap that Earth likes to put out with his up smashes on platforms won't be as efficient if they're able to get to that top one enough.
Yeah, those landing traps were certainly a talking point in that last game. We saw Earth making a lot of usage out of that up smash.
Like 3 of them, like 3 up smashes, contesting and getting kills each time. You didn't really see too many whipped ones. But we're seeing here Earth is having a little bit of trouble regaining control of the neutral here, at least trying to land here.
Both Pikachu and Cloud benefit pretty significantly from this stage, don't they?
No, absolutely. Pikachu loves to be able to use the quick attack on all the platforms here, so it makes it even that much harder to catch his landings. And then Cloud gets the ability to have safer areas to charge, down air camp on the platforms, making his landings a little more safe with a Pikachu right behind to cover any landing that they might be trying to cover themselves.
MVD right now. Looks like he's had his eyes set on Fuwa. Applying a lot of pressure, getting her off stage, and Esam right there just with the additional coverage. Ooh.
Really good forward air follow-up from MVD. Might have been able to see a little bit more, maybe a limit or something like that, but I'm not sure if he completely anticipated getting that hit or just putting it out. We're going to see that side B get the kill. Up smash just for the nachos. Really, really good collection from Esam and MVD here, taking away this match actually pretty early on here.
That felt like the food court stock, right? Got a little bit of everything in there.
Take a little bit of sample here and there. Esam going to get back here, off stage rather. Yeah, Fuwa and Earth definitely doing a little bit better right now on the stock at least, and making it harder for Esam and MVD to get back to neutral. Any move they make right now is kind of scary, or very scary at this point because of the percents that they're at. But at the same time, they have to be very careful of MVD at any point getting his finishing touch combos.
Yeah, and again, especially with this stage, he has that room to be evasive, which I'm sure he's going to be in this 2v1.
Yeah,
is there a reason why Earth and Fuwa didn't really push the advantage too much there?
I'm not really too sure. I mean, we're really just trying to focus on staying, I feel like, near each other, trying to make sure that Esam isn't able to get too much off of picking them apart and breaking them away. So they kind of wanted to see this kind of staying together right there, making sure they were both okay.
Up throw from Fuwa.
Wow, that is going to do it.
So just enough there.
Surprising on Battlefield, too, because a slightly higher ceiling there, but able to get the kill either way.
Yeah, and it feels like the ticking time bomb, right? It's been diffused momentarily, taking limit off of the picture, off of the table for just that moment's notice. But again, with the platforms, MVD able to find the space he needs just to charge that in peace.
But you know what? A big thing about it isn't even just the fact that he doesn't have limit. It's the fact that because he doesn't have limit, he's more likely to not be in the picture for a while. So it does give them the ability, if they're able to actually 2v1 Esam a little bit more heavily than when he has limit, you know? It's just, in any regard, like, there are so many things that Cloud loses when he doesn't have his limit, when he's forced to use it off stage or anything like that.
MVD looks like he's going to be very conservative with the limit here. Wants it to strike. Oh, or never mind. Just going straight for the Blade Beam. You know, maybe a mix-up. How many times have we seen Blade Beam in this set so far?
Sure. It's always something you want to sometimes throw out in neutral. I typically would prefer to do it a little bit closer to the opponent, not do the full screen like that, but he was really trying to kind of bait out, maybe kind of some kind of jump option, collect a kill, because at these percents, it would have killed from anywhere on the stage.
And right now, the folks who are collecting kills are Earth and Fuwa. I mean, Esam on his final stock here.
Still very healthy. 150 both on the board for the other team here. That's going to definitely get that kill. Oh my goodness, never mind. Amazing DI from Fuwa.
Just able to hang in here.
Any bit is amazing. When I'm in teams in these situations, I'm always telling my partner, any hit you get is good. You know, you don't have to go for any big reads because we're behind this much. Any kind of damage is good damage at the end of the day.
And it feels like MVD is starting to play a bit more of the long game, right? Look at him. I mean, I can see.
Has been playing the long game. You're calling it out as you see it, and that's you know, it's the best you can do at the moment. But you know, Blade Beam just has that much power that you're tempted to use it when you see it, but it's not always going to be the case.
So now really dire moment. I mean, if they take Esam's stock off the table and
Either one, honestly.
yeah,
They're going to have to hold on, try to stay centered, try to stay grounded, not lose this stock right now, and not lose this limit and make it count as much as possible. We want to see, throw combos, back and forth, some ping pong right here. Going to try to see his finishing touch. Perfect. Amazing play. Really needed that to be able to potentially win this game here.
that was insane too. That was such a low percentage KO, and now that actually sets up for a 2v1 Earth. Has his back to the wall.
Definitely has, but MVD at the same time, he's feeling good, but he has that target on his back. You know, he knows that this whole match is going to rely on whether or not he's able to hold the stock and get this limit as needed.
Yeah, they were able to close up the 2v1 last time, but that was against Fuwa, if I remember correctly, right?
Not going to get that punished. Here we going to go. That's going to be it. Wrapping it up 2-1. Esam and MVD. Florida takes this one home. Japan going to losers.
But a nail-biter, to say the least, you know, and when I'm speaking with MVD and Esam, they were very confident that they're going to be able to kind of breeze through this bracket until it came to maybe the last couple of matches. But Fuwa and Earth, wow.
You can't have that mentality in this tournament. You really, really can't. Like, there's so many killers, hidden killers, you don't even know their names, let's say. I'm sure in Fatality, in Mr. R's case, Mr. E's case, they weren't so familiar going into